10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Manchester
1,
United have
0.
reached the promised land.
Yes, everybody. How are you all doing? 9:33. I'm never later than 9:33. Everybody who's an OG on the channel knows that by now. You're either here a little bit too early. Well, that's it. It doesn't really matter. It's Friday. How are we all doing? I've got a big smile on my face because it's the big giveaway today. When I'm announcing the winner for this 250 quid cash monies straight into your pocket. It's my way of saying thank you to everybody in the community for helping us get to 250,000 subscribers. And here today, we're talking about, well, you may have guessed it, Frenkie de Jong. Quite a lot of stuff was said yesterday. Quite a lot of stuff happened yesterday. Some actual formalities leading to the story developing even more. Don't shoot the messenger is what I will say. I only go live once a day at 9:30, right? Every single morning. And I try and sum up everything that's happened in the last 24 hours. When stuff breaks from like the top tier sources, from like your David Ornsteins or your Fabrizio Romanos, that's really important, then I will do extra streams. But I would only ever come live once a day because I know that it can be frustrating for you. But I'm not the one doing 3 streams a day, all right? I think you'll know that is. And I'm not here to... Actually, no, I'm fucking throwing shade. Who cares? Ian Lees, how you doing? Nice to see you there this morning. Sashi, nice to see you there. Simon, you're down there in the comments. Josh, Bruce, and Andy. Lots of you I can see here. Andy, you're saying, I thought you were going away for a few days. I am going away for a few days. I'm going away after this. And I tell you what, I've been slogging away and working hard. I've got a video, an interview prepared that's going out at 12. I've got an interview that's going out prepared on Sunday morning. I've got another video that's going out on Saturday morning. Do not say I don't treat you well, because sometimes I actually do treat you well. You know, not all the time. But look, good morning to all of you. We're going to talk about Frenkie de Jong, and I would say this is cause for excitement. Cause for tempered excitement. I'm not going to say go and buy your Frenkie de Jong shirt. I'm not going to say start singing Frenkie goes. I did a tweet yesterday saying Frenkie goes to Manchester, and I was really happy about it because obviously it was a little pun on Frenkie goes to Hollywood. It wasn't that good. I was quite enjoying it. But look, let's run through everything that's happened with Frenkie de Jong yesterday from Barcelona and their financial situation to what's being said and what's happening with Xavi and de Jong. Then I'm going to run through. We're going to talk about Juan Mata. How can you not talk about Juan Mata, the beautiful 4'3" Spaniard? Lovely bloke, great footballer. He's left the club. And I'll be honest, isn't it crazy how different the reaction has been to Juan Mata leaving the club compared to Lingard and Pogba? It's crazy, really. But look, let's go. Let's talk. Well, John, you're too good. Well, I suppose I'm not, actually. I do treat you all pretty damn well because you treat me well. So that's what happens in a community. It's literally it's probably not the definition of a community, but I think so anyway. Let's talk about it. Right, Barcelona, you know what everything revolves around this summer with Frenkie de Jong and whether or not Manchester United can sign him. It's all about their finances. All about their finances. And this news broke yesterday that they will not sign the CVC agreement. The CVC agreement was the concept that Barcelona would be selling off a percentage of their future broadcast revenue. So that would mean that, for example, pulling numbers out of thin air here, by the way, the Barcelona would have got 200 million euros up front for selling off 25% of their future broadcast revenues. And it's not going ahead. That would have been a way to get a huge influx of cash, balance their books for this summer, and allow them to then spend money on signings. That's not going to happen. Daisy, nice to see you there joining. Where are you watching from, Daisy? I'll try and give you a shout out. Is it true Neymar will join United? No, Mo. Don't waste your time. Easy as that. Look, Star watching from Dubai. Good morning to you. Oh, shit. It's map day as well. I've got to get the map up as well. Let me quickly get the map up. Man, this is going to be a bumper show today. I'll tell you that. Let me just quickly get the map up on screen here. And you can let me know where you're watching from throughout the stream, as you always do. Where is it? It is over there. And then we'll head into the next piece of news. So, yeah, that's quite an important, in my opinion, it's quite an important piece of news because they had 3 potential deals that they could have done to raise a big amount of money. And one of those was selling off part of their broadcasting, their broadcast revenues. If they're not going to do that, what else could they do? This next one blew my mind. Surely it's not even a possibility. I'm guessing it's not, but even the concept of it just made me laugh almost hysterically. Barcelona wants to lower the salary of all, apart from their recent renewals and winter signings, all their players by 50%. Do you imagine how awkward that conversation is? Hi, lads, how you doing? Yeah, oh yeah, hi, Frankie, how you doing? Oh yeah, how you doing over there? I see you there, Gavi. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm doing good. Right, lads, just to let you know, you're all going to get a 50% pay cut because we are a shambolically run football club, and we've decided the only way that we can cut our costs is by cutting your wages, all of your wages, in half. What do you think about that? What do you think? Yes or no? There'd be uproar, absolute uproar, and completely fair enough. If your boss came in one day and said, everybody, we've actually overspent on our business and we realized that we kind of fucked up. So what we're going to do is just cut all of your wages in half. Is that right? Because that'll save the business. But we're just going to have to cut all the wages in half. Is that right, lads and ladies? Thank you. Matt, it's a mad idea. It's a mad idea. Ray, the saying they will have no choice but to accept it. Absolutely not. You ever heard of a thing called a transfer request? There'd be absolute uproar inside that. Jason, morning, Sam. I made it in hotel over brekkie. Look at that. Where are you, Jason, for this weekend? We've got Andre watching from Zambia, Anderson watching from South Africa, and we've got somebody up there watching from Dubai. Good morning to all of you. And Andrew watching from Macclesfield. Only the finest. Only the finest. Yeah, there was conversations yesterday about the Barcelona are looking for PK to retire because otherwise they're going to have to pay him like 20 million euros over the next 2 years. I'll talk about a way to disrespect someone who's been a key part of everything that they've done. But I suppose it's in the same way they couldn't really register Lionel Messi, even though they wanted to. They can't. They're just pushing him through it. No, go on, Gerard. Look, just go and see Shakira. You're fine. Just, to be fair, he is fine. He is going to go and see Shakira, bastard. But look, this is how the news continued to develop yesterday. I could have gone live yesterday afternoon and brought you this, but it's better with these sorts of things when it's coming from sources that we don't quite know and understand. Esport 3, which is, it's a Catalonia-based radio station. They may well have the inside scoop, but they may well not. We can't particularly verify their credibility compared to the likes of David Ornstein, James Ducker, and Fabrizio Romano and what we know. So that's why it's always important to let these sort of settle a little bit and for then to sort of take a look at them. This was reported yesterday. It said the sale of important players by Barcelona is not ruled out, and Frenkie de Jong is the best located. By best located, they of course mean he's worth the most money. He'd get more off our wages than anybody else. Well, that's the only reason Frenkie de Jong is at the top of that list, man. It's got nothing to do with anything else. It's purely an economic and financial situation. And then we go over here and we hear directly from the Barca's Vice President of Finance, Eduard Romeo. So this is an official statement. And he is going against the grain. He's saying we have not budgeted a single euro for player sales. Any exits would be technical decisions. So I don't know what the Barca Vice President is doing with that. But it kind of almost sounds like a hint towards, hypothetically, of course, still, if the club was to sell any player, whether that be Frenkie de Jong or anybody else, it wouldn't be an economic decision. It'll be a technical decision. It'll be because that player's not been good enough. It'll be because that player doesn't suit what Barcelona need going forward. That's kind of what they're hinting towards here. Well, that's exactly what he's hinting towards there. Their Vice President for Finance, Eduard Romeo. Not particularly a Spanish name. Barca are broke. That is the understatement of the century. They are in like 1 point. I know our debt's bad. And our debt's really been enforced by terrible owners who have leveraged their debt against the club. Barca's debt has been enforced by a terribly run football club and a president who oversaw an unprecedented amount of spending without ever looking at the bank balance of the club. How much for Dembele? Yeah, for 100 what? Yeah, cool. Yeah, you have that. Coutinho. How much for Coutinho? 100 what? Yeah, him too. Bring them all in. That's exactly what happened with Barcelona's transfer policy that left them in this situation, which is such a shame. Nobody likes to see it. That's what you get for fucking beating us in 2 Champions League finals, you bastards. Always irks me that. You just walk into probably the greatest club team there will ever be. That team there is Xavi, Iniesta, Pedro, Messi, David Villa. We walked into it, beaten 2 times in 3. Fucking bastards. Anyway, I'm not bitter at all. But look, all of this that we've just run through there, the fact that Barcelona won't be signing that CVC deal, the fact that the idea that they might be lowering salaries of all players or asking for it, the fact that the sale of important players is not going to be ruled out, the comments there from their vice president, all leads to this story here. And this is coming from, again, a different source. Again, we're going to put this, we can't verify the credibility of these sources by comparison of the likes of Fabrizio and David Ornstein. Again, that is one thing I will continue to reiterate on here. When stories are coming out from Spain, like from Holland, we know the Telegraph. I probably need to do a little bit more research myself. We know there are some top-tier sources, but the likes of Gerard Romero, who said it was 95% done, he's lost some credibility. And it is hard in a world where there's so much noise around transfers. It's hard, I suppose, who to trust. And it's kind of, sometimes you get skewed by your own narrative and what you want to be true. So therefore what you want to believe. But this is what's being reported yesterday. Xavi and De Jong. It says Xavi has spoken with Frenkie de Jong and explained that his possible departure would be due to their economic situation, which we've known for a long time. He also explained that the board has not been particularly happy with his performances. Look at that right there. It's exactly what I said about these official comments from Samuel Marsden. Now, again, if we're looking at this from a cynical point of view, if we're looking at this from what would save Barcelona the most face, in the idea that if they do sell Frenkie de Jong, there might be a bit of a backlash from the fan base. The best possible situation for that would be if the club could sell the idea that Frenkie de Jong has not particularly played well enough. The idea that if he was sold, it wasn't to do with economic situations, but due to technical situations. Now, I don't know. It's odd. Like you're saying, Xavi and the president saying different things. The whole thing's just been a bit weird, isn't it? A bit weird. The whole Xavi constantly talking about De Jong, constantly saying how important he is, at the same time as saying, well, our economic situation's a bit naff. Every single person who's in a position of power at Barcelona, whenever they speak about Frenkie de Jong, adds the caveat of the economics on the end of it. I'm not sure I would agree with that, the idea that Barca don't play a system that doesn't suit de Jong. I'm not sure I would completely do that. Mark, you're saying Ruben Neves. What, you're not upset, Ruben? I would love Ruben Neves. I've always loved the idea of Ruben Neves. I stand by that. And I think Ruben Neves really would be a fantastic signing. But because we've waited too long, I think we're now in a situation where we probably pay the same price for... If you're going to pay the same price, right? I'll be interested to know this, right? Because obviously there's caveats to it all. Ruben Neves and Frenkie de Jong, two players who would argue would operate in a similar role at Manchester United if we signed one of them. Which one of those would you prefer if they're going to cost the same price? Think about it. Just think about it for a second before you type the comment in, because it's not as easy as just, well, maybe it is. Maybe I'm wrong. But the Frenkie de Jong situation, I think the biggest caveat for a lot of people is, does he want to play for United? Now, what I would say is this, right? This is a really, really important thing to understand. People are saying, oh, he doesn't want to play for United. This is just going to be a Di Maria situation. Like, it couldn't be fair. No, it's such a bad comparison, people. It's such a bad comparison. Frenkie de Jong wants to stay at Barcelona. Fact. He said it. Barcelona is his dream club. Fact. He said that too. But here's the thing. He's never said he doesn't want to play for Man United in any way, shape or form. And if Barcelona have to sell Frenkie de Jong, not because they want to, because they have to balance their books from an economic situation, what's Frenkie de Jong going to do? Buy a mega box of tissues, sit and cry, and listen to the Barcelona anthem in his bedroom, and his whole career just peters away? No, he's not going to do that. He'll have to shrug his shoulders and say, there goes my dream. Where else am I going to go to revive my career? And at that point, do you really think he's going to be unhappy to play under his former manager at Manchester United? No, he's not. So I think the idea that he might, this fear that people have that he's going to come to United, oh, he's going to be upset, so I don't want to be here. It's not the case. It's not the same as the Di Maria situation. I don't think so anyway. I'm going to go down here and see what you're thinking. Thomas, you think Neves because he's Premier League proven, but Helgon, you disagree. Frenkie de Jong, no contest for me because he would be his lieutenant. You're using my word there, lieutenant. But he would be. Absolutely. De Jong, Neves isn't even... I mean, I can't be asked to make that list off the top of my head. Maybe he's not. But the Premier League's got a lot of good midfielders in. Neves, but only because we know he's Premier League proven. De Jong looks mega, but would he cut it? It's such an easy thing to say, isn't it? Ooh, not sure about signing someone from the Eredivisie. I'm not having to go at you, Paul. I'm just saying in general. Ooh, shouldn't sign somebody from the Eredivisie. They might be shit. Yeah, Luis Suarez wasn't shit. Ruud van Nistelrooy wasn't shit. You can have that caveat if you want. You can look anywhere in the world. You can sign players from Premier League rivals, and they could turn out crap as well. Doesn't matter where a player's from. Doesn't matter what a player's nationality is. There is always a caveat of whether or not he'd be good in the Premier League. Now, this, again, this is just coming down from everything we've heard and seen. Potser, you're right there. It's the Champions League football. I just don't see how that's going to be. Do you think United are going to get Champions League football next season? Type yes or no. I'd be interested to. Do you think we're going to get top 4 finish and get into the Champions League? Because if we do, then you don't have to wait 1 year. And Michael, again, there is quite a big difference between someone not wanting to leave and someone not wanting to come. There really is. And that's the situation De Jong is in. He doesn't want to leave Barcelona, but it doesn't mean he wouldn't want to come. That's what I think. So anyway, man, lots of you firing in here. Simon, you think so? Quite a few of you think we will. I mean, I don't think we'll win Europa. Probably not. Lots and lots of you think we're going to be getting in there. Maybe that's just optimism. And then who could possibly believe that Ant was going to disagree and say no? Nobody saw that coming. Not the only one, though. No down there. Quite a few of you still saying no. I'll be honest, with our squad in its current state, no chance we get in that top 4. Absolutely zero chance. But let's have that. I suppose it's a bit of a loaded question, really, because we can't really fairly make that assumption until we make our signings. And once we've made our signings, that's when we'll know. Joseph, you're saying Neves might be Premier League proven, but De Jong is Erik ten Hag's system proven. Now, that is a fantastic comment, my friend. And that's very much worth super chat. Excellent point. You can talk about all these players. Oh, yeah, XYZ is Premier League proven. But yeah, does he know how to work inside an Erik ten Hag system? Erik ten Hag's system is similar to Klopp and Guardiola's in its intensity, in how difficult it is to become part of that system when you're on the outside starting, and just how hard it is, how intense it is. It's not a system that's going to bend to any player. Every player is going to have to bend and fit that system. And you either fit the system or vamos, you're gone. You're replaced. We will find someone new. So I think that's a very, very good point, right? But let's quickly move on to the most important part of today, which everybody has been waiting for, right? And that is, I'm going to do the big giveaway now, right? So this is I can't say how amazed I've been. I mean, I just did. How amazed I've been at the start of this community. It really has been fantastic. The Telegram community is something that I had launched, got all set up because effectively this community we're building here, United People's TV, got too big for WhatsApp. Over on here, on there, I think now we're about 8 times bigger than the maximum WhatsApp could have given us ever. So that's big up to you, everybody, for joining and making it actually a decent conversation in every single group. There's good people there, good conversations. And I'm going to now announce the winner of the £250. I was about to say £250,000. It's not £250,000. I'm sorry. I'm not Chris Tarrant, and this is not Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. But 250 quid just for bank holiday. What more could you want? So this is what I'm going to do. Over on here in the communities, I know exactly how many people are members, right? And it's this. That's wrong. That's the wrong thing. Well done, Sam. We've got 1,569 members, right? Across these two. Because you can see there's a members-only chat in here. And there's United People's TV, which is the main one. So what I'm going to do here on Google, is go to here, and I'm just going to click random. Legitimately, this is straight up random. Straight up random, baby. And I'm going to generate it now, and let's see who gets it, all right? So it's going to be the 601st person who signed up. Now, if I go into here and I look to members, I know here that there's 257 members on there. Apologies to the members, it's not going to be one of you. So it means that what? So we've got 601 minus 250. What is it? 257. I'm doing this live and direct. So we go here. 601 minus 257 means it's the 344th person on this list, right? And on this list here, there are 10 people per page. Let me just do that number again. Damn it, I've forgotten it. 601 minus 257. 601 minus 257. 344. So I need to go to the 34th page and then go to the 4th one down. Right, 3. Oh, God, there must be a quicker way to do this. Well, that seems a bit silly. I should have thought about this. That really is a very impractical way to do it. Let me just get this off screen whilst I scroll across to the 34th. But look, I'm dead excited to do this. It's the biggest giveaway that I've ever done on United People's TV. All right. We're nearly there. We're nearly, and I'm going to be doing more. I'm going to be doing more. Don't you worry about that. So 3. So we did it to the 34th. Right. We're here now. We're going to go to the right. Here we go, ladies and gents. Let's wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Mo, over on Facebook, we got you down here, my friend. You are the winner. You're not going to get promoted, but I'm just going to pull you up here. So we've got Mohammed James Kamara over from Facebook. Now, Mo, what you've got to do, okay? What you've got to do is come over to Telegram and you've got to DM me. All right, Mo? Congratulations to you. You're the winner. Well done, mate. But you need to come and DM me on Telegram. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 1 week to message me. I'm going to mention this a couple more times during the week. But if you don't message me next Friday, I'm going to redo the draw. Okay? And this is to show that whoever wins this is going to be an active member of the community, because I'm not going to put this anywhere else. So the only way, Mo, for you to know that you're the winner is by watching these streams, is by being involved. So congratulations to you, my friend. Big up to you. Big up to you. And there's a comment there that I love this. It cracks me up every single day that shit like this exists. Where is it? Oh man, it's actually, there's too many comments and it's disappeared. Where is it gone? Oh no, I don't know. Just comments like this always put a smile on my face, man. Nope. There's too many comments coming in. Damn it. Oh well, never mind. Woo! Jeez. But look, congratulations to you, Mo. You are the winner of the first big giveaway here on United People's TV. £250 cash monies. You need to message me on Telegram, and then we'll get it sorted. You've got 1 week to do so. If you don't, I'm going to redraw it next Friday for any member. As I said, if you're a member on the channel, if you're a new member, if you've been a member since the beginning, you'll be re-entered into it. And I've got lots more to give away as well, by the way. I've got shirts down there. I'll be organising that over the summer. You really should subscribe to United People's TV. It's a good place to be. I think so anyway. Let me go down to the comments, though, and see what you're all saying. Yeah, it was this. It was exactly that. People, what's the fucking point in what's the point in trolling? You know what the United stand is, right? I've remained. You have never seen me or United People's TV get involved in any beef online. Yet I'm blocked on Twitter. United People's TV has been blocked on Twitter by the United stand for about 4 years now. And I couldn't give less of a shit. I couldn't give less of a shit of anything that goes on that channel. Fair play to Mark Gott. Fair play to Brent and what he's done there. Incredible achievement. He's an entertainer. He's there with a video at 7 a.m., with a video at 10 a.m., with a video at 2 p.m., with a video at 8 p.m., and then 4 videos on his other channel as well. If that's what you like, You can go and enjoy it, my friend, but stop trying to fucking bring me down. Piss off the channel. I'm here with the community and I will run my channel how I want to run my channel. Stop trying to drag me into this shit. It's not my style. I don't do YouTube beef. I'm not a kid. I don't get involved in any of that shit. And you will never drag me down into it. I suppose you technically just did. But that's the one thing I would say. Mods, you have free reign to ban anybody who just comes in there doing that. Just ban them. I don't care. Because the point of that is that you take away from the conversation that we're trying to have here in the comments. Actual United fans trying to talk about United. Easy as that. It's a bank holiday. I can't be asked to not say this shit anymore, right? Pointless people, all right? I'll tell you something that happened yesterday, which we've definitely got to talk about. And that is this. Look at that. This is a goodbye message from David De Gea to Juan Mata. He's lost his bro. He said, it was, as I said, I thought yesterday, I thought it was really interesting to see the difference in the reaction to Juan Mata leaving compared to Jesse Lingard and Paul Pogba. Jesse Lingard, who's been at the club for like 20 odd years since he was a kid, and Paul Pogba, of course, who came back as the world's most expensive. What was he? The world's most expensive player at that point? Or was it a style record? I think it was a world record at the time, 90 million in 2016. And the reaction to Juan Mata leaving has just been substantially different, right? And that's it goes to show that loyalty in football, respect in football, fans don't forget. And that's why like Mark Noble will never be forgotten at West Ham. That's why Chelsea fans will hold Frank Lampard, he played fucking City. That was a terrible comparison. But it goes to show you how important that is in the relationship with fans. And the reaction to it yesterday, this was Herrera on Instagram today. This came up. It said, Ander Herrera, you told me that I was never going to regret signing for United, and you were right. We spent 5 amazing years together, and now you are leaving as a legend. Look at that photo, man. When we had our 3 Spanish amigos, and we obviously the last trophy we won of any real significance there with the Europa League under Mourinho. And look, I even pulled this picture up yesterday. That was a picture of me and Ben, who was the editor on the website at the time. I think that was back in, I don't know, like 2014, 15, roughly. I can't remember when it was, but I like that photo. Juan Mata, if you speak to anybody who's ever met Juan Mata, they'll speak of how likable he is, of how approachable he is as well. Really approachable. Very intelligent, very intellectual man. Do you remember the Juan Mata blog that used to get released every week, every Monday? And then when we turned shit, it started to get really sad. And then he stopped it in 2019, which is probably a good idea. But look, man, Juan Mata, look, as Stephen goes down here, look, he's saying he was a true professional. He was a true professional, man. And you're right there. Look, there really is no substitute for being thoroughly wholesome. There's not. If you're nice on the way up, people will remember on the way down. Unfortunately for Lingard, that way down has included his brother chatting shit. I feel sorry for Jesse in that sense, but Jesse's played his part in it. Paul Pogba, he's remained silent throughout his entire Manchester United career because that was his position. He liked to leave Mino Raiola to sort of be the man that negotiated that sort of stuff. And now that it's on the way out, it's stinging him. It's why United fans aren't upset that Paul Pogba's leaving, because of the way that he's approached being a Manchester United player. All right, he can't be surprised at that. And Juan Mata will always. I hope to God that we get Juan Mata back as an ambassador at some point. What an absolute, just on every level, from being a role model to an absolute perfect professional to a top level footballer who, let's be honest, I'm not sure we ever used him in the right way. Well, not ever used him, but Juan Mata was signed as a perfect Manchester United example of signing players, square pegs, round hole. We signed an absolute top level number 10 in Juan Mata, and then just played him on the right, played him on the left. Hardly ever played him through the middle, which is a real shame. Kat, you're saying my son met Juan starry-eyed about him. Great man. I don't think there's going to be anybody that can come into the comments here and give me a bad story about Juan Mata. It's just not in his. It's just not him. Gangshi, Thank you very much for support as well, as always, man. You're saying, I'll miss Juan Mata. Hopefully he'll return to United in an ambassadorial role in the future. Great technical player and also a gent and a scholar. He's just an all-round top guy, man. Manchester United have made the absolute correct decision in letting Juan Mata go. All right. The age he is, the players we've got coming through, I'd rather those minutes go to Hannibal. I'd rather those minutes go to Donny van der Beek. I'd rather those minutes go to other players inside that squad. Alejandro Garnacho, if you're talking about wingers. So it's the right time for him to leave. But he's done it in a perfect possible way, man. James is really trying to find... You are clutching at straws if you're trying to say, don't like his smile, though. I almost find that quite funny. Hey, look, quickly before I do move on, look, Juan Mata was an incredible signing. You know how incredible a signing he was. How about that for a segue? But I want to shout out Bet Victor for supporting United People's TV, and we're doing giveaways like this. And hopefully I will be doing more of them. But in the video this week, Last Man Standing, they were talking about the worst signing in the Premier League this season. And this puts a big, big smile on my face. Just listen to this.
I've got to agree with Lukaku, because when something like that happens, which changes the system, but you're top of the league, you then expect a man that you've spent 100 million plus on to be the person to kind of pull you out of the mire and start delivering. Yes, it changed the service to him because we didn't start crossing balls in all the time. Yes, then he goes and does an interview with Italian television and decides that he's actually unhappy, having only been back in London for a few months.
We've got a lot wrong at our football club over the last 10 years. But selling Romelu Lukaku was not one of those decisions. The way he's acted since leaving, given that interview that George was speaking about there, like 2 months into being back at Chelsea, guy's an absolute waste of money. Waste of money. And so much has been spent on him. I mean, we spent like, 70-odd million. Then Inter spent like 70-odd million. Then Chelsea spent 100 million. And now he's being linked with a move back to it. So good. So good that he's not at the club anymore. Look, I'll leave the link in the description. I've left a comment on that video. It does put a smile on my face. That Juan Mata smile that nobody... James Jennings doesn't particularly like, but I don't know how you can not like him. But, as I said, we've got a lot of things wrong over the last 10 years. A lot of stuff wrong with recruitment. And I remember when Lukaku left, there was quite a bit of uproar. We're thinking we've let someone leave. He's got like 15, 20 goals in him. What are we doing? And ultimately, we didn't necessarily... I can't remember whether we replaced the goals. I think the year after that, wasn't that when Rashford and Martial went sick? And we had like 70-odd goals between them. I think that's correct. But look, I think, Josh, I think you're right about this as well. God knows what Inter's finances are like. There's no need to be disrespectful, Mark. Depends what you're saying. You come in here and you come in with those comments. You're telling me I'm being disrespectful. Pot kettle black. And you're saying Lukaku is an absolute weapon. That's being disrespectful. How the hell he ever managed to make it back from that interview, I never know. I don't know either. Look, I really, really don't know how Lukaku feels it's okay to do an interview like that and then come crawling back into the team saying, come on, guys, cross the ball into me. I don't feel sorry for Chelsea. Perfect signing for them. They deserve anything from there. And Michael, I've spoken about Belotti in I did a look at the free transfer list and I said which players I think would probably be most suitable. And I chose Belotti. I think given that we're probably not going to be signing a striker this summer, our money's going to go elsewhere. 28, proven goal scorer. Probably going to be okay playing second field to Cristiano Ronaldo. I think it kind of makes sense. That's why I think so anyway. But look, I found this was quite an interesting note because we've had what we would probably all agree with has been a bit of a frustrating week with Manchester United when it comes to signings, right? I've just ran through everything that's happened on De Jong. We talked about the fact that they won't be signing that CVC agreement. They won't be selling off part of their broadcast revenues. This concept, they might try and get every player to drop their wages by 50%. Good luck with that. And obviously the fact that more reports coming out saying that Frenkie de Jong might be for sale, what their vice president for finance said, and also the stories coming out about Xavi prepping him saying, look, we're not happy with your performances. And it's frustrating United fans. This, for me, with De Jong is the time where United go, boom, this is our time to pounce. With this sort of noise coming out of Spain, It's the perfect opportunity for United to really just pull the pin out of the grenade, throw it out there, and see what happens. 50 to 55 million-ish, roughly-ish bid for Frenkie de Jong. It's a sort of bid that's just probably below what they want, but too big for them to just dismiss out of hand. It's time. I think that we could take advantage of these stories, the feeling that's coming and the noises that are coming out of Spain. I'd love to see us put in the next 48 hours. Obviously, when I'm away, I guarantee it happens when I'm away, standard. But I think in the next 2 days, we should try and put an official bid in and really test the waters. That's what I think so anyway. And Oko, this is where I completely disagree. It's not a sad one at all. It is the 3rd of June, people. It is the 3rd of June. And what we've done this week, we've had official confirmation. Pogba's leaving. Mata's leaving. Lingard's leaving. And we already knew about Cavani. We found out that Grant's retiring and Matic has already gone. That's 6 off the books this week. In the same time that we've got a new deputy director of football this week. It's not to say that United have done nothing this week. It's just that we haven't made the signings yet. But now it's pure focus on all these signings, man. Pure focus. And we've got to put in a bid now for De Jong. Chris, you're saying De Jong literally said he did an interview a few days ago saying he wants to stay at Barca and it was boyhood club. We need to move on. Chris, 2 parts of your comment there. First, he did do that interview. He did say that Barcelona was his dream club. But no, we shouldn't move on because it's obvious. It's obvious how important Ten Hag thinks that De Jong would be to his team. He wouldn't be chasing this for like a fullback. He wouldn't be doing this maybe even for a versatile forward. But given the weakness in our squad and given the strengths of De Jong, I've said this to you before, Ten Hag sees De Jong as more than just a signing. And I've explained that, and I will do a video on it when I'm not going to do it before the De Jong story accelerates a bit more. But I really want to do a video on exactly why I think De Jong would be a genuinely transformative signing and more than just signing a decent midfielder. And yeah, he might want to stay at Barcelona, his dream club. But if they're skint and they've got to sell, do you think Messi wanted to leave? No, he was in tears at his press conference when he left. What happened? He left. Players will leave Barcelona because the club has screwed everything with their finances. Lee, you got a comment here saying, Sam, you reckon our current squad's worth of video? Who you see thriving? Who you want to see service? I think I've not done who I think will thrive and who I think will shine and sort of hits and misses, I suppose. I could do that one. I'll give you a little teaser of what's coming out today. Today at 12 p.m, there's an interview I've done with Mark Lambert, who is a recruitment analyst and specialist, somebody who works with clubs for recruitment. And I've had an in-depth chat with him about Yuri and Timber and as to why he's so highly rated, why Ten Hag would love to have him at Manchester United. And we've run through all the stats and everything. It's quite an insightful interview, I like to think. So anyway, that's going out today at 12. Then tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. is a really cool video, I think. I've taken a look at like 15, 20 signings that Erik Ten Hag made at Ajax. And we run through the hits and misses because this summer, we need like 4 bullseyes, don't we? Straight bullseyes or triple 20s. We don't want to hit no 1s or 5s. It can't happen. United have got to hit the bullseye this summer. So we take a look at not all the signings that he's made at Ajax, but the majority. And we look at the hits and misses because I think that'll be interesting to understand. And then on Sunday, coming out at 9 a.m, I think, was it 12? I think it's 9 a.m. Can't remember. An interview with Guido. And I chat to him about Ralf Rangnick and the fact that what's clearly transpired is the fact that the club never, ever trusted Ralf Rangnick. And that never really happened. But those 3 videos are already scheduled, done, and going out because I'm going away for a couple of days. I'm going to enjoy the bank holiday weekend and take a little bit of a break because it's been pretty exhaustive, I'll be honest. Last few weeks has been insane, and we haven't even signed a goddamn player yet. It's going to be crazy. It really is going to be crazy. But look, it's Friday. Oh, let's do the map. I'll bring the map up now. But last 5-10 minutes of the show, I'll answer any questions that you send in. Ask me anything if you want to call it that. Why not? We'll make it interactive for the last 10 minutes. And some of you be like, Sam, mate, it's like, why can't you just talk about De Jong? Like, I don't want to hear your opinions about anything else.
We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway.
There he is. There's Barry. There's Barry. As if Barry wasn't going to get in on Friday. Come on, people. Top tier Friday content. Let's see if anything else has happened whilst we've been on the stream. Ronaldo's been talking about Ten Hag. Yeah. Nah, not fluff, if you know what I mean, but we don't need to talk about that. Nah, nothing else has happened. But Barry's here. Come on, Barry's here. Andy, you're in there. Let's get Wigan on the map then. Why not? You've joined as a member recently. Let me get you on the map, sir. Everybody's favourite place. Straight up Lancashire. On you go, sir. We're going to do it anyway. God. I need to get Barry on here. Try and get Barry on here for an interview. That'll be funny. Jay Sparrow, what do you think of Medjugorje being a passion merchant? Saw it being said on Twitter a couple of times. He's not a passion merchant. He's somebody who has a little bit of a hothead. That's always been part of his persona, always part of his playing style. But as we saw with Wayne Rooney, if you try and temper the aggression of a player and take it out of him, sometimes you can take away from the player. That's definitely the case with Hannibal Medjugorje. But as he develops, he's got to understand when to put his foot in and when to step back. So to say that he's a passion merchant, no. But he's definitely got a little bit of a streak in him. But I don't necessarily think that's completely a bad thing. Daniel watching from Iceland. You don't need to let me know where you're watching from in Iceland. David, you're saying, I'm more concerned with the Timber deal over the De Jong deal. There seems to be plenty of options in CM, but we seem to be concentrating on Timber and De Jong. I don't know if there's that many options. We've got Ruben Neves. Yes, you could speak about him. Other than those two, you could talk about Enzo Fernandez, Kone from Mönchengladbach, but he's not really CM and DM are two different conversations, right? That's what I think so anyway. Let me go down here and see where you're watching from. Oh, there you go. Miso, you can come on, sir. Lublin in Poland. I'm not... Actually, no, that's a lie. I've driven through Poland when I went to the World Cup. I drove from... Where did we go to? I can't remember what it's called. Where was it? It's right at the top there. Let me try and find out where it was. It was the top of Russia. And it was about... sod knows. I can't remember what it was called. Anyway, I've driven to Russia before. That was a long drive. Let's get one more up here, though. Let's get one more on the map, and then I'll just answer your questions. Sam, you're always going on holiday. Nice being you, mate. I mean, I say I'm going on a holiday. I'm going to get into a car, drive for 2 hours, stay in an Airbnb, and then come back. I wouldn't exactly say it's a holiday. I'm not getting on a plane anyway. That doesn't count, right? There's one there. Marty, why not? I haven't seen you on your face here before, my friend. Boat Harbour, New South Wales, sir. I don't know. I might already have New South Wales on here, but if not, on you go. Boom. 3 more added to the map. Woo, yeah. Look at that. Wicked. Thank you very much, everybody. I say this all the time. Genuinely, it's a real community. It's a proper interactive community. The Telegram is growing and growing and growing. Mohammed, congratulations to you, my friend. As I said, maybe if you weren't here already, I'll say it one more time. You are the winner of the £250 cash monies giveaway, but you need to message me on Telegram to claim your prize. The reason I'm doing that is because I don't just want to give it to any random person who could contact me anywhere. I want to make sure that the winner is part of the community because you've all joined as members, and I think it'll be unfair otherwise. So Mo, if you need to message me, and if you do, great. But if you don't message me within the next week, then I'm going to redo that draw. I'm going to give it to somebody else. Mason saying, Sam, have you seen the plane, mate? UK government, it's a joke, isn't it? And the plane, I'm just glad I haven't got on a plane anywhere. I think so anyway. Let's have a look and see what else you're asking. Kieran, you're saying, I believe under 23 squad has a wealth of talent. We should be looking at our youth and not always spending. Elanga, Hannibal, Shoretire. Shoretire needs a loan spell. He's a bit too weak. Elanga's obviously broken through and is now a first-team player. Hannibal will be a first-team squad player, I think. Under 23s, I think there's more talent in our under 18s at the moment than there is in under 23s. Landing, no, I do not. I think Martial will be gone, and I won't be sad to see him. Will Bruno get the number 8 shirt? Tell you what, if you think about it, number 8's free. Number 9 will probably be... Is Martial number 9? I don't know who our number 9 is anymore. Number 11, I think Cavani got after. There's going to be some big numbers. Number 6, Pogba. There's going to be some big numbers free in the squad this year. Just sort of, if you're an old school football fan, the team that you saw there were numbered 1 to 11. That's what it was. That was where the numbers came from. And those numbers, it's going to have to be some serious signings, hopefully, to take up those numbers anyway. Oh, look, Isle of Man. Love the Isle of Man. Missing the TT. I can't remember the name of it. There was a lad that died the other day. Rest in peace to him. And randomly, I was watching a documentary this week on Amazon Prime, Road, about the Dunlop brothers and their impact on road racing. Pretty cool documentary. Narrated by Liam Neeson, if you haven't seen it. I quite liked it. There you go. Somebody's mentioned somebody there that I hadn't actually, I forgot I pulled this up. We're speaking about new signings, about impact. There's somebody that we need to talk about for sure. Look at this. Hopefully I don't get slapped down for copyright here. Might do. This is Facundo Pellistri down here on the right wing. You can see him over there. He receives the ball. Now, one touch, turn, pace, strength, holds him off, holds him off, holds him off. Oh, over he falls. He crosses it. Cavani can play football. Who knew? That was Pellistri. And that really was a fantastic, fantastic assist from a player who, let's be honest, I think he really impressed in preseason last year. It was Pellistri and it was Elanga who really shone, but Pellistri was shipped out on loan. And Elanga obviously didn't break through mainly until Ralph Rangnick. Pellistri, I think we've got to have a conversation about. I might do a video on him next week. He really impressed in preseason. He didn't have the best of loan spells, but we spent like upwards of £40 million on Pellistri and Ahmad. Don't think we can just dismiss those out of hand. Ahmad, jury's out. Ahmad's clearly a more technically gifted player, but that directness from Pellistri, that strength from Pellistri to hold off two challenges, that touch and pace and turn, very, very good from him. Very, very good. And I'm looking forward to seeing what goes on there. And I think Ahmad goes up to 45 million with add-ons and XYZs. But we spent a big amount of money on both of those. Maybe Pellistri could be an answer at right wing. Maybe we don't need somebody. It's something to consider anyway. But look, I'm going to wrap that up for today because I've still got a pack, naturally. But thank you very much, everybody, for joining in. Everybody who left decent comments, some people who were trolls, you got your fill as well. Congratulations to Mohammed. Make sure, Mo, you message me. You've got 1 week, sir, to message me on Telegram. If you do, I'll organize the cash giveaway and I'll get it straight to you. If you don't, I'm going to redo the draw next Friday and I'm going to keep redoing it until somebody claims it on Telegram. But look, thank you very much, everybody, for joining in. I hope you have a cracking bank holiday weekend. Make sure you enjoy it. There'll be another video going out later today. Hell, if United put in an official bid for De Jong, maybe I'll do a video from wherever I'm at. But hopefully we don't because I want to have a couple of days off. But look, take it easy, everybody. Make sure you check out the videos. I've got all prepared that are coming out over the weekend. And I will see you on Monday. Take it easy.